up, Drip Tippers? It is your boy Ben Morrison back with a very special, extremely cool video review of the new JOYTECH EVIC VT temperature control kit, battery, and Ego 1 mega tank. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I would like to say we have hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone who has become a part of the DripTip family. I cannot thank you enough. I look forward to many more years of doing vape videos for all you people and injecting humor and personality into what I hope are extremely accurate and almost fan-obsessive vape review videos. And to celebrate this, before we get to the review, I'm going to announce this. To celebrate this, I am happy to offer a $50 gift certificate to TBD Liquids as a celebration of this being 1,000 subscribers. Yes, that's right. $50 is going to go to someone, and here's how it's going to work. For everyone watching this, to be eligible for the $50 gift card to TBD Liquids, and thank you so much, John at TBD. They remain my favorite, semi-low cost, super affordable, always consistent juice line. Here's how it's going to work. I want to know more about how I can make this channel better. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be 2 weeks long. I'm going to run this contest for 2 weeks. You need to subscribe to the channel, and then in a comment below, I want you to leave a comment telling me about what you like about the DripTip and what you want to see more of. How can I make the DripTip better for you? How can I make the DripTip brand more watchable for all you fabulous people out there? So, to be eligible for the $50 TBD Liquids giveaway, you need to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below on how I can improve the DripTip and make it even more drip-tastic. Now, without further ado, let us get to the review of the JOYTECH EVIC VT temperature control mod. I'm gonna call this in the carpet right now. The battery, clip not included, this battery right here, the JOYTECH EVIC VT battery, is the single best battery I've ever used. Yes, that's right. It is the single best base battery I've ever used. For more reasons than just the revolutionary temperature control that this thing uses, but for design, styling, feel in hand, aesthetic, placement of screen, everything. This is the best battery I've ever used. There is a new champion. This will be knocked off many times, but they have knocked it out of the effing park with this base battery. And of course, we need to get into the feature that you're getting this for, which is of course the temperature control, which I am happy to report works pretty goddamn well. So what I think I will do is, let's hop down on the close-up and I can actually explain what this kit comes with, and I'll come back out, vape on it, and give you some final thoughts. But I can say without a doubt that anyone who loves vaping owes it to themselves to get themselves a JOYTECH EVIC VT. Not even necessarily the Ego 1 mega tank that comes with it, which is good but not amazing, but the battery itself is the first step in what will be the next revolution in vaping, which is accurate and real temperature control. Let's hop down into the close-up where I can show you more about this incredible battery, show you the coils, and the Ego 1 mega tank that comes with it. Okay, so here we have the semi-fake unboxing for the JOYTECH EVIC VT. And I say semi-fake because I'm still buying all this gear and I'm spending so much goddamn money on vape gear, much to the dismay of my bank account and perhaps my girlfriend. But I'm just going to pretend that I haven't been using this, and this is a free review unit. So when you take the lid off, boom, there's your battery. This, of course, is the JOYTECH, get out, EVIC VT battery. We'll get into that later. Then you pull this foam thing up, you throw it away, and you pull this thing up, and you throw that away. Here you have the, that's not even the DripTip. This is the DripTip it comes with. Get in there. This is the DripTip it comes with. This is, of course, the Ego 1 mega tank. And if you use this, you have a mega big ego. Then you have the silicone sleeve, which comes with it, which is a nice touch, although I don't really see anyone using it, because it kind of looks like you're putting a gigantic condom all over your battery. You know what I'm saying? Always practice safe vaping. I mean, it kills the whole aesthetic of the battery. This battery color, by the way, this is the black with the red racing stripe. They have three options: black with a red racing stripe, yellow with a black racing stripe, and white with a baby blue racing stripe. So flavors, many flavors for different people color-wise. In here I have the titanium coil already installed. And the titanium coils, you will know, are titanium because they have the red O-ring, and in the box you have the nickel coils, which have the blue O-ring. And I'll get into the difference between those two, which isn't much once we actually dive down into the tank. So, let's move all this shit out of the way so I can actually begin talking to you about this sweet fucking battery. Let me throw the box over there. Sorry. Okay. Tripod legs. So unprofessional. You know what? Fuck it. This is the kit essentially that you get. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have gotten a wall charger, which I didn't get in my kit, and I did get another micro USB cable, which I have plenty at this point. So here is, of course, the JOYTECH battery. Now, temperature control. What the hell does that mean? It means that the battery is constantly reading the temperature of the actual coil to give you a phenomenally consistent vape. Right now, you can see I have it set to 540 degrees Fahrenheit. The base resistance is 60 watts, meaning it's going to use up to 60 watts of power in regulating the temperature, and I have my resistance locked in at 0.41 ohms. The titanium coils have a higher ohms than the, hey, you can see my reflection on the button. What's up, drip tippers? The titanium coils have about a 0.2 higher ohm than the nickel coils. The nickel coils come in at 0.2. They functionally taste basically the same. It's just that with the higher resistance in the titanium coils, you can run them a little hotter. But I didn't really notice a difference performance-wise, which is good because the performance overall was very good. Now, once this thing grabs focus, I have it set to 540 degrees, and keep in mind, there really isn't any e-juice in the coil. It's basically a dry coil at this point. And you can see, and I'll show you the difference when I put some juice in it, the fluctuations of temperature and wattage. Pushing it down, you can hear it pulsing. Every time it protects, it goes down because it doesn't want to burn the coil because it can read the resistance, and the wattage is going down to 7.8 watts, etc. because there really is no juice in the coil. What does that mean? No more dry hits, no more nuking your coils. It is phenomenal. It's what we've always wanted. And let's put some juice in this so I can show you the difference when it's actually full. Stupid tank. God damn it. Putting some juice in the coil. Putting some juice in the coil. Have too much juice on my desk. Used to be a place where I get work done. Now all I do is vape a day away. What juice do I want to use? I am wasting a lot of time in this important review. Where the fuck did I put that bottle of TBD? That was the churro that I wanted to use. God, this is annoying me. Alright, fuck the churro. We're going to go with Monkey Juice from TBD Liquids. Keep in mind, $50 TBD gift card giveaway. Subscribe to the video. Leave a comment below on what you like about the drip tip and what you want to see more of. So, I'll go into the tank. This, of course, is the Ego 1 Mega Tank. It is bigger than the normal Ego 1. They have increased the windows on the actual tank to actually be able to see your e-liquid. Here you have a pretty fair amount of room in between the window and the chimney to be able to... What the fuck is touching my leg? To be able to pour your juice in. This tank holds 4 mils of juice, so you just squeeze-a-wheezy. Fill up the juice. Boom. We'll call that full. Put that right there. And as I am wont to do, I'm going to prime the coil. Let's just imagine this is a new coil. Prime around the base. Get in there. And some on the sides. Okay. Coil and base. Screwed in like a teenager on prom night. Now, here's what we want to do. This battery wants you to lock in the resistance of the atomizer, meaning that it doesn't want any changes in the atomizer heat to affect the resistance so you can get a very consistent vape. So what you do while it's off, hit it so it says no atomizer found, click 3 times to get into the menu mode, and this is where the jog dial comes in very handy. Turn to the left and you move down the menu options. Boom, that's where you set your base resistance. So let's bring it all the way back up to 60 because I'm a power user. I use a lot of power. Jog dial is very easy to use. 56, why not? And then here's the atomizer resistance. So right now it's blinking at 0 because there is no atomizer on. If I move to the right, it unlocks the resistance. You can see the lock symbol is gone. Push the button once, and we're in the base menu. So I'm going to put the tank on. It's now reading 0.39 for the resistance. Once I click it once, it fires in at 0.41. Let's lock that in. You need to do this every time you switch the coil, and this is just for consistency. So now we're back in the blinking menu button. Move to the left to go down, and let's lock the resistance in. Fire one more time, and you are ready to vape. Now, you can see at the top, it says Temp-TI. Here's how we cycle through the different coil options. 3 times to go into the base menu. Turn to the left. Whoops, I meant right. Don't listen to me. Turn to the right, and you can cycle through wattage mode to use this as a normal battery. One more time, Temp-NI. That, of course, means it's going to use the nickel coils, and because I have the titanium coil in, we're going to set it at Temp-TI. Now, you don't want to have it set to titanium if you have a nickel coil, and vice versa, because the heat will be way off. I made that mistake. So now that it's locked in, power watts. Now, as you saw the difference before, look at the wattage going when I'm vaping. It'll surge up to 52, 30, 41, and the reason is because there's fucking juice in there. It actually knows how dry or wet your coil is, and once the juice begins to get depleted, as the coil was previously, it'll ramp the power all the way down to 5, 6, 7 watts, and it'll go into protection mode so it doesn't burn the coil. What does this mean? Your coils are going to last a hell of a lot longer, and it also means that you're going to get more vape out of the actual battery because it's going to use every last drip drop of juice that's in there. Let's give it a pull. Wonderful. Tastes great. And dare I say it, less filling. What I like so much about this battery, well, A, let's get into the looks. How fucking sweet is this thing? It's heavy. It's extremely heavy. Not extremely heavy, but man, it's like, listen to this. It's got some weight on there. Inside, it's rated at 5,000 milliamp hours. There's a 3 LiPo battery stack in here. However, I have read reports on Reddit that once they've actually done a teardown of this, it's been 3 single 1,500 LiPo batteries, and while doing the math, what does that equal? 4,500 milliamps. So my question to JOYTECH is, where are you getting that extra 500 milliamp, dog? Does it have an extra 500 milliamp? I'm not sure. Is this a reason I wouldn't get this? Hell no. It doesn't make that big of a difference. I would like some clarification on it, but for the time being, I'm not gonna make a stink out of it. Let me show you the menu system a little more. 3 clicks to get into it. Left to cycle down. Let's move the base power up to 60 watts. Why the F not? Shit. Oh, that's the problem. It round robins. You gotta be very precise with this. Hold the button down. Okay. And then we're just gonna watch. Watch me while I do this. 7, 8, 9, 60. Lock it in. This, of course, is the atomizer resistance. Right to unlock, right to relock. Then the battery, you can actually cycle between the puff counter. Apparently, I've taken quite a few puffs on this. Who the hell uses a puff counter? Has someone ever been like, oh, I want to vape. Oh, I'm at 585 puffs. Looks like I'll have to wait till tomorrow. All right. There's another puff. Let's go back to battery mode. 3 clicks to enter the menu, cycle down. There's the time I've been vaping on it. I imagine that's in seconds. Jesus Christ, I vape a lot. Boom. And let's go into the battery. And now we are vaping. To change the temperature, to lower the temp, or to raise the temp, you simply use the jog dial, which is awesome because your finger's on the button right there. And literally, if you just want to heat the vape up, get a little more vapor and or a warmer vapor, you just do this. You flick it with your thumb, and it works really well. And there is a gigantic difference in the temperatures you can set it at. If you want a cooler vape for certain juicers, if you want a hotter vape for certain juices, you just flick the jog dial, and it works like a charm. And look at this gorgeous vertical screen. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of batteries that knock this off. It makes so much more sense to have all the information on a vertical stack when you're using it, because you just read from the top down, and the screen is gigantic, and there's no more doing this with your battery to see what's going on. It's all in the palm of your hand. This battery is just phenomenal. On the bottom, you have the legal stuff they have to write, and a nice big vent slot for if this ever needs to vent. Can I vent? Can I vent on you? And this, of course, is the Ego 1 Mega Tank. Now, let's take a closer look at the coils. The coils are small. They are a lot smaller than I thought they would be, as compared to, let's just say, a Heracles coil. Look at that. Look at that little guy. Look at the little coil. That thing is fucking tiny compared to the Heracles coil. I didn't think it would be capable of pumping out the vapor that it would. By the way, I should mention the gold-plated base, which is nice. Maybe if you're done using a coil, you can remove the base and melt it down and put on your teeth, for example. That's an option. But the coil is quite small. It is a vertical coil, as you can see from here. And I didn't think I'd be able to get quite the amount of vapor I was able to get with these coils. But temp control does make a big difference, and you don't run the risk of burning the shite out of your coils. This is the nickel coil because it's got the blue O-ring. The one I have inside that I showed you was the titanium coil. And again, there's not much difference performance-wise in the two, except that the titanium coil reads at a higher resistance. So it can take more heat and not have to get out of the kitchen. So I think that's a pretty good close-up. What do you guys think? Yeah? Yeah. Let's bump back out, vape on it, and give you some thoughts on the JOYTECH EVIC VT. Mwah! So that was the close-up of the JOYTECH EVIC VT battery. Now let's actually have a vape on this bitch and see how she vapes. I should say, of course, temp control mod, I have it set to 460 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a very flavorful vapor. What I've found is in like the 420 to, let's just say 480, 490 range, you don't get the cloud production that you would on a cloudier tank, such as the Heracles. It's less dense, but the vapor is very cool, which will bring out certain notes and juices that would benefit from having a cooler vape temperature. I have found I like to raise the heat because I love the kitchen. I don't even know that I'm supposed to be doing this, but I'm at 550 Fahrenheit. This seems to be the bomb for me. It's a wonderfully warm, wonderfully dense vapor. I like a warmer vape, I've found. I find it brings out more flavor notes in the actual vapor itself. I can even, let's bring this all the way up and see what it vapes at 600. Too hot for me. Way too hot for me. Not way too hot, but too hot. It does, like I said, when you change the temperature, though, it brings out different notes in the vapor. Like when I vaped at 600, I got a big banana kick in the back of my throat. And that's why I think temperature control really is the revolution of the future, because if you think about it, it's like putting something in the oven that you're going to cook. You want the perfect temperature to cook what you want at the right degrees Fahrenheit. And as we are vaping, we are vaporizing liquid on a coil, so it makes sense that we'd find the right temperature for the coil. It seems like all the voltage and wattage stuff we've been doing is really building to right now, where we're actually manipulating the temperature of the coil, and the amount of power and how the power is delivered to the coil is secondary to what we actually need, which is a consistent temperature to take our juice and make it sweet, sticky vapor that comes out of our throats. And our friends think we're stupid because we talk about how good this banana nut custard is coming out of our lungs. So here's my final review. The Ego 1 Mega Tank is good. It's not amazing. I'd like a bigger juice capacity. I love top fill, but it looks so goddamn good with this tank. So I would actually recommend getting the kit just so you have the Ego 1 Mega, so that when you go out for the night and you want to be flashy with your vape, you have something that looks as amazing as this. It, of course, will look great with lots of different tanks. Here's a sub-tank, which is not too much bigger. Here is the Limo 2. Here is the OBS TVCT. So as you can see, I think aesthetic-wise, the Ego 1 Mega Tank is the perfect complement to the actual battery. I think in the coming months you will see a slew of new temperature controlled tanks. I'm looking at the Smock TCT, which came out recently, that comes with nickel coils. That looks pretty awesome. But the more important thing is that this is the best battery I've ever used. It looks the best, it works the best, its layout is the best, and of course it has true temperature control. So if you love vaping and you want to be a part of the future of vaping, you owe it to yourself to get yourself a JOYTECH EVIC VT, or maybe wait until the other temperature control mods come out. But I think as far as the first consumer level temp control mod, they have absolutely nailed it. I am proud to hold this vape. People ask me about it because it looks so cool, and I am happy to tell them about it. But if they don't vape, they're like, what's temperature control? And I'm like, I don't want to waste my time talking to you. No, that's not true. I will tell them all about it because I want to convert smokers to vapors. So that has been my review of the JOYTECH EVIC VT Temp Control Mod and Kit. Get it? Definitely. When should you get it? Right now. My computer just powered down. Oh, fuck it. I'll deal with that later. And I want to thank everyone who's been a part of this little DripTip experience. I'm trying to build something real and fun for us. I want to give you accurate reviews, and I want them to be humorous because I, of course, am a comedian. And I want that to bleed into what we do because vaping is actually quite cool. It's becoming more norm, and I want to see more people not taking it so seriously in how they deal with it. Take the review part seriously, the hardware seriously, but vaping is fun, and I want this channel to be fun, and I want all of you to be in on the fun with me. So let's not forget, $50 TBD liquid gift card. All you got to do, subscribe, leave a comment in the sections below. Tell me what you like about the DripTip. Tell me how I can make it better. Tell me what you want to see more of, because I am not about to stop doing this because I have spent so much goddamn money on vape gear that hopefully I can really start getting some more stuff for free, because I spent a lot of cash on this shit. I am Ben Morrison. Thank you so much for watching this video, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Enter the $50 giveaway because this liquid's amazing. Please, if you want to know more about me and my comedy, my website is benmorrison.org. I, of course, have the DripTip Instagram now, at the DripTips. I'm already posting a bunch of fun stuff there. And yeah, thank you so much for being part of this journey. And as always, the DripTip. If your tip ain't dripping,